And Sneak King against Pocket Bike Racers. Some of the games we look at in Reviews on the Run are intended for a mature audience. Please pay attention to each game's ESRB rating. All right, the first game we're talking about today is based on a film that lasted in the theaters, I think, about a weekend, maybe one day, actually.
Is it out yet?
No, it came and went.
Oh.
It's called Aragon, and it's based on a book series that's very fantastical. It's kind of set in...
Fantastical,
There's
it
a
is?
word you don't drop every day.
Is it fantastical?
It's fantastical, fantasy, adventure, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars-esque.
Right, fantastical.
Yes. It's developed by Stormfront Studios.
What happened there, guys?
Who brought us the Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers.
Which was an amazing game.
It really was. Groundbreaking for its time.
I can't believe the same... It's like, just change the graphics and give me another Lord of the Rings game with dragons.
I think Stormfront dipped into the well a little bit too much, you know? Like, because then EA carried on with the Return of the King, and then Stormfront did that Dungeons and Dragons game. And so now we've played this kind of, kind of linear action-adventure game that you can play multiplayer, and you see all the action in the background.
But the biggest problem in this game is the fact that you cannot control the camera angles. Now, in the previous Lord of the Rings games, it was okay because it seemed like they must have spent more time on making it perfect and smooth. In this game, though, it's a problem. A lot of times the camera seems to be too far back.
Yeah.
There's invisible walls all over the place.
I will destroy you!
I think another part of the problem, too, is that we looked at this game on the Xbox 360, but it's also out there for the PlayStation 2 and the Xbox. It's like on every console, pretty much. Not PlayStation 3 or Wii, but it really felt like dated game design. It felt like something that was acceptable in the previous generation, but on the Xbox 360, even though it's, higher resolution, it's a little bit nicer looking, and some of the special effects are pretty good. It's just, it's not good enough.
I thought the intro level in the forest looked
liked
pretty.
all that stuff.
That was cool, but
the cutscenes are great.
But you could see that's where they put all their time and energy was in the first level. Then they must have ran out of budget or something, because the rest of the game doesn't look as good as that first level, I thought,
Yeah, it's true. But I did like the kind of graphic novel kind of effects that they had.
I did, and I'll tell you why. Because I wanted to see. I haven't seen the movie. I heard it wasn't that great.
You wanted them to do the Lord of the Rings cutscene thing where they use movie footage and go into that. I think they wanted to go somewhere different. Or
at least show me some images of the movie, because I did see the trailer and I thought it was kind of interesting, and that I might like to go see this film. But there's none of that in the game. But the worst part about it is that because there's none of that either, I really felt a lack of storytelling throughout the whole thing.
And it doesn't serve its purpose as kind of a tool to make you want to go see the film either, because the experience overall is so mediocre and warmed over. I mean, it just feels like such a copycat.
But that time has long passed, and the ruthless Galvatorix now rules the land.
Some of the magic stuff is kind of cool, where you have to try to figure out, how to use the magic to get above certain places.
Little psyops action in there.
A little bit of that.
Yep.
I like some of the finishing moves, that when you actually get a guy and he can slit throats.
Not as good as Lord of the Rings, though.
Not as good as Lord of the Rings. But the thing that I liked, actually, was the bow and arrow you could actually use and pinpoint.
Yep.
And it's always fun.
And the longer you press the button down, the more accurate it gets.
The more accurate it is. And I just always find it fun to stick people in the eye.
What are you going to give Aragon?
I'm giving it a 6.
I'm going to give it a 5.5.
On the positive side, we like the use of magic. Some of the game design is kind of creative. And you can stick a guy in the eye with an arrow. Always good times.
On the negative side, there are invisible walls everywhere. The fixed camera angle presents all kinds of problems. But worst of all, Stormfront's Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers was so much better than this, and that one came out a long time ago. Hey, I've been playing Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops, and I gotta say, I've been having some problems. Don't worry, I'm not gonna jump. Not that bad. But it's not as great as I wanted it to be. I'm such a huge fan of Metal Gear Solid 3, I wanted to just carry over in that amazing experience, and it's a little disjointed. There's a lot of features. You got some cool online modes. You can actually get on and play deathmatch and capture the flag and all that stuff. It's the single-player game that's kind of leaving me flat. And the reason why is because for most of the game, all you're doing is collecting lots of allies and basically having to manage them and put them in all kinds of different places and make some of them spies and some of them medics. And, you know, it all sounds very cool, and it's definitely deep and very complex and everything. It's just not that much fun. I mean, it's not a bad game. It's just not the Metal Gear I wanted. But because it has so many features, it's hard not to be excited about the value in this game, so I'm a little torn. I'm going to give Metal Gear Solid Portable Ops 7.5 out of 10. All right, stick around. Things might not be getting any better when we come back to talk about Mobile Suit Gundam Crossfire.
Gundam!